Hey Capricorn, welcome to your month ahead reading for December 2022. We're going to take a peek at some messages that Spirit wants you to know as we close out this year. And we're going to start by pulling a question card for you. Safety. What makes you feel secure? How do these needs impact your life choices? What about this do you appreciate, and what would you like to let go? So let's pull another oracle card, see what other energies are surrounding this reading for my Capricorn collective. What else do we have going on for my Cappies? And look at this. Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. So this is super interesting because off the break, we have two cards of safety and protection that are coming out for you. And so going into the final month of 2022, it feels as though Spirit is asking you, what's keeping you from opening up? Whether that's to people or to other opportunities, there seems like there's an element of fear that's happening where it's almost like if you open yourself up too much, if you take too much of a chance, you know you're going to get hurt. And so you keep this wall up. You sort of keep this gate up around you that probably got like barbed wire and attack dogs and a whole ass moat with piranhas in it, all of that. It feels as though you have built this cocoon around yourself that is like protective to the point where it shuts out potentially good things. And so I almost feel as though you're starting to get to a point, Capricorns, where it's like, I feel like I'm missing out on too much of life because of this, because I have walled myself off from everything and everybody. And so I feel like wrapping up this year and going into 2023, there's a need for you to consider how to find that balance, right? Between protecting yourself and being open to the possibilities that life has for you. But as of right now, it almost feels as though you are a little bit terrified to live, that you're holding yourself back from so much. And I feel like Spirit is saying that's no way to live. Not saying that you need to completely drop your guard and you need to trust everyone, like, walk up to a stranger on the corner if your shoe's untied and be like, here, hold my handbag for a second. I need to tie my shoe. Please don't do that, Capricorn. That's not the path that Spirit is telling you. But they're saying that there are some things that are okay to explore. Let's use a little common sense. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages Spirit has for you. And we're going to start first with the energy that you're bringing into December. What energy are you bringing in? We have the Four of Water, or the Four of Cups in traditional tarot. And so if you were to look at the symbolism on the original card from like the Rider-Waite deck, there's a person who is looking at three cups in front of them, and they're ignoring this cup that's being presented to them from this unseen hand. And so it could be a card of boredom, but I think in your case, there is a sense of you missing out on opportunities because you can't see them, because you're so hyper focused on protecting those three cups that are in front of you that you can't see what's being offered to you outside of that. So it's almost like a tunnel vision, like, no, I have to keep what I have. I have to preserve what I have. I cannot lose this. Like, I cannot afford to lose this. And that feels like a reaction to, at some point, losing a little bit of security at one point, where you may have taken a chance and things didn't necessarily work out the way that you wanted. It's like once bitten, twice shy, where you're just like, I'm not going to do that shit again. Absolutely not. And we have the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Water in this deck, to clarify, in reverse. So you're refusing everything and everybody. Like, you're not giving, you're not accepting. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to do me. Why? Because me is safe. I'm not going to let me down. I'm not going to disappoint me. I'm not going to lie to me. And I do feel like this has to do with your engagement with other people, your interaction with them. It really feels as though there was a profound betrayal at some point that you experienced. And it has been quite a process trying to get past that. Now, why Spirit needs you to hear this message right now, we have the Empress. The Empress is a nurturer. It's someone who is fertile. They are ready to create new life. And so Spirit, I think, is saying for my Capricorns out there that you have so much inside of you that you are kind of stifling, that you are keeping inside. And I'm not going to say that there's no reason for it, because I think that your reasons for kind of shutting down are absolutely valid. But it's almost as if they're saying that you're missing out on the opportunity to create something new and wonderful and absolutely beautiful. And we have the Six of Fire, or the Six of Wands, in reverse. So this is you, I think, being able to be celebrated by other people. There's a lack of that right now. And I think that if you were to open up a little bit and give people an opportunity while using the discernment that you have learned from past experiences, then there's an opportunity, I think, for people to affirm you and remind you of how absolutely wonderful you are. And if somebody in the past didn't think so, I mean, quite frankly, F them. Like, that's their opinion. Who cares? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter. There's a whole nother world out there of people who probably would think you're amazing. And they want to tell you that. And they want to be in your energy. And they want to be in your space. Now, how you can make the most out of this upcoming month, we have the Chariot in reverse, and we also have the Ten of Air. So I do feel like this is a little bit of a warning for you, because the Ten of Air is the Ten of Swords. It's really about betrayal. It's about being hurt. It's about being stabbed in the back. And again, Capricorns, I think that this is what happened to you at some point that caused you to shut down. So I feel like Spirit is saying that if you don't find a way to move forward, that you are going to be stuck in this energy for the foreseeable future, that you're not going to be able to get out of it. So it feels as though Spirit is advising you to figure out a way to process whatever it is that happened, and then to come up with a new plan. Think about what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel secure. If it's not telling everybody about every aspect of your life, that's fine. Keep a few things to yourself. If it's moving more slowly and getting to know people in different situations around other different people, then do that. So there's, I think, a balance between you being able to protect yourself based on the lessons that you've learned prior, but not completely walling yourself off from life and other folks. So something that you might think about exploring in December, we have the Queen of Earth, and we also have the Three of Air in reverse. So these are actually two really beautiful cards for you, Capricorn, because the Queen of Earth is someone who is very nurturing. There's somebody who has enough to give others, but they also have more than enough to give themselves. And so the Three of Air, when it's upright, is about heartbreak. It's about disappointment. And so we saw that also reflected here with the Ten of Air, or the Ten of Swords. This is in reverse. So something that you should think about exploring in December is nurturing yourself first, so that you can get over this heartbreak, this disappointment that you experienced, and be able to nurture relationships with other people. It doesn't seem like there's a need for you to close yourself off anymore. Now, something to be mindful of for this month, for December 2022, for my Capricorn collective. What should you all keep in mind? What should my Capricorn collective be aware of? And what we have for you is the 10 of fire in reverse, clarified by the 2 of fire in reverse. So in this deck, the fire cards are also wands. So the 10 of wands in reverse represents the laying down of a burden. And the 2 of fire, or the 2 of wands, is one of my decision cards. So I do think that as you think about this question, as you sort of marinate on this energy that's coming through in this reading for you, that you are going to make the decision to lay down the burden of what's happened to you in the past, and that you are going to be looking forward to a fresh start, to being a little more open, but being open with that wisdom that you've accumulated based on experiences that you've had in the past. So whatever weight that's been sort of holding you down, that, and I just got the thought of a weighted blanket, you know, where it's like something that's heavy, but at the same time, it's a little bit comforting because you can feel it sort of wrapped around you. It almost feels as though you have been using this disappointment and this sort of self-protection mode as a safety blanket that you have wrapped around yourself, but it's a weight. It's something that you've been carrying. It's something that's heavy. And it feels as though going into December, you're at least going to start the process of letting go of that burden, that you are going to start opening yourself up, because I suspect that for a lot of my Capricorns, you want 2023 to be different than 2022. You want to explore more. You want to feel more. You want to be a little bit more open. And so over the next month, I think that you will start taking those steps to do that introspection, to do that self-questioning that will get you closer to a place of balance where you can still be protective of yourself and your feelings, but give people and other situations the opportunity to actually show you who they are before you sort of just shut them down. And look what we have that came out for another message from Spirit. Begin to explore. So Capricorn, I can't tell you how excited I am for you. This reading is it's so full of happy energy. Off to a rough start, yes, for sure. But there's this sense that you're starting to open up, that this cocoon is sort of, I don't know how cocoons work. I guess they rip apart a little bit. Anyway, you're a butterfly coming out of this very protective cocoon that you have created for yourself. And you're ready to just flap your little beautiful wings and fly around and see what the world has to offer. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. While people may not have given you what you deserved in the past, understand that there are people there that are still in the world who can and who absolutely will, but you have to allow them to. So Cappies, that's what I got for you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one.